Hey everyone, it's Mindy Hahn here. Welcome to another edition of Free College Basketball Sports Picks with Dave Bartu at EPA Sports. Again, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe to all of our videos into this channel so you never miss out on any of the action. But before we get to Dave's picks, let's go ahead and check out the website. Here we go. All you need to do is get over to ogcappers.com. You can see all of our expert pickers out there. Like yesterday, Latifa just had an awesome day, 6-1. Tiffany up there with 7-2. Danny Dimes as well. He gave out a free pick yesterday. If you would be checking out those notifications, you would have got his free pick winner on Southern University. But today we're talking with Dave Bartu, EPA Sports. As you can see at OG Cappers, he is the hottest capper out there for the NBA totals. Just totally crushing it this month. So definitely go ahead and check out Dave's pick packages there at OG Cappers. And now we're bringing him in. There he is. Dave,
how are you? Good morning.
I see you're wearing like an Iowa State hat. I hear something about like
this is my Jimmy. This is no. This is my Jimmy Lake hat. This is my Jimmy Lake hat.
Yeah,
I won this hat from an Iowa State fan. When Jimmy Lake's last year before he got shit canned, they lost at home to like Montana State or something like that, and since the turn of the century, the last 23 years, I think there's only 4 teams, Power 5 teams, 4 of them that have lost to an FCS team and made bowl eligibility. Oh. And this is when Washington was top 25. And I put something out there on social media. It's like Washington ain't gonna make a bowl. And Iowa State dude's like, dude, I'll bet you. I'm like, okay, how about hats? Right? He's like, yeah, I want a duck hat. I'm like, cool. I want a cool Iowa State hat when they don't make a bowl. Well, guess what Washington didn't do? Washington didn't make a bowl.
That's awesome.
So this is my Jimmy Lake hat. I wear it with a lot of pride.
Yeah, and see, I wear my Husker gear all the time as well, as much as I can. So exactly. I used to be a follower of the Iowa State team because they were in the Big 8, but now that all these conferences are now the Big 28 and such, it's a little bit harder.
Yep.
Yeah. But I can't wait to play those Ducks next year. No,
it won't be long. It won't be long.
I don't want to do it. So Dave, I think you called a major upset yesterday.
I wouldn't call it a major upset yesterday.
Well, weren't they ranked second? I mean, that's a pretty big upset.
I mean, Kansas State was what, a 4.5-point dog at home, and the numbers had them winning 75-74 yesterday. So we talked about the strong possibility of an upset. They certainly covered. Our number 1 game yesterday on the hot games, we got Kansas State to cover. I think the number 2 game was Miami at Virginia. The model had Virginia by 13.7. The spread was 6, and Virginia easily covered that.
What did they win by, like 50?
Dude, I looked at the scoreboard and I saw Miami 17. I was like,
oh is this halftime?
You can't put lipstick on that pig. Holy crap. That is really, really bad. That was a fun Monday, and it's Tuesday. We got some good games. You sent over the top 5 hot games of the day on KenPom.
That's right. I send you the thrill factor, the ones that we want to go over, the top 5 thrilling games for Tuesday, February 6th.
Yes, and I am absolutely these are some cool basketball games today. There are some close numbers here, and we're going to lay down some good due diligence for anybody watching on these picks.
Right. All right. Should we get rolling on this? Should we get rolling? I think we will. Let's go ahead and we'll take the 5. We'll do the countdown 5-1, right? 5th most thrilling game via KenPom, Boise State, Colorado State. It looks like I see a little number versus a big number here on this one.
Something. It is. It's interesting in this game because right now, by my numbers on my chart, I got Colorado State The line currently is -5.5 for them at home. Total is 140. So there's actually two things here. I see Colorado State. I have them outscoring Boise from 3. I have them outscoring Boise from inside the 3-point line and slightly from the free throw line. So I have Colorado State round number 77-69. So I got Colorado State by 8. So that's a cover. That's a lean on Colorado State covering the -5.5. Now combined, I'm at 146.1. So I'm over the 140. The reason I also like this bet coming in is look at these offense and defensive matchups.
This is what I was talking about.
Right? Colorado State at home, number 4 in the country. Colorado State is number 4 in the country in offensive scoring efficiency at home. Okay, this isn't combined, folks. This is Colorado State at home. They're going up against the 133rd defensive scoring efficiency on the road of Boise State. So we're leaning towards the offense of Colorado State, but Boise State 146th on offense. Colorado State, their home defense, 243. So we have both offenses better than both defenses, and we're betting over. I like how those numbers line up. That is something I'm always looking for when I'm looking for an extra reason to lean on a bet.
Exactly. All right. And then next up is going to be Texas Tech and Baylor, another Big 12 shootout here in this one. Again, it looks like pretty decent offenses in this one.
Oh my gosh. Number 7 road offense for Texas Tech. Number 6 home offense for Baylor. I don't even have to look at the rest of my spreadsheet. I'm going, God, I hope the number for the total is low enough to hit the over. And it does. Let's start right there. The current line on this is 144.5. My combined total projection, my expected point average EPA is 151.6. We got both offenses better than both defenses. Now, Baylor's defense, number 10. Baylor is bad ass at home. This is a really, really good basketball team at home. But Texas Tech, 220th in defensive scoring efficiency on the road. So I like leaning over in this basketball game. Now, the line is currently Baylor -8. That seems like a lot, but in the model, because Baylor is so hot at home right now, I got Baylor 84-67 over Texas Tech.
I got by 17. That's a bunch.
I got a 17-point spread in my projection. Now, as I'd mentioned yesterday, when the spreads start getting huge and we're way above the line, kind of freaks me out a little bit. I'm like, what did I miss? Who's hurt? Right? Because I mean, let's not try to gloss over it. I love North Carolina Central yesterday. I had them beating them by 24, and they lost in overtime. Freaking college basketball. So, but I really like this one too. My lean again in this game is Baylor -8 to win and cover and over the 144.5 total.
Yeah, huge variance there in that one. And then we're going to, my fave, the Big Ten, Michigan State, Minnesota at home.
Oh, dare I say it? I did it yesterday. Can we go 2 in a row?
Should we mark it down right now? I feel like we need a bell or something.
Upset alert. Upset alert, Minnesota. Now, it's not that big of an upset, okay? They're a 3-point dog at home. But the numbers, I got Minnesota by 8 in this game. Now, I know that's way too much. Michigan State's not going to lose by 8 points on the road to Minnesota. But when you look at these numbers, the strongest unit on the floor is Minnesota's defense, 92nd in the country, defensive scoring efficiency at home. Michigan State, 134th offense efficiency on the road. That's the big matchup. The weak matchup, Michigan State, 293rd. in defensive scoring efficiency on the road in the Big Ten. Minnesota, 144th on offense. Minnesota, both offense and defense at home are better than Minnesota's scoring or Michigan State's scoring efficiency on offense and defense on the road. So I got Minnesota winning and covering the +3. And for the total junkies, I'm over on this one. The over is 139. My projection is 144. It's not a strong variance. It's 3.7%. I look for above 5. but I don't strongly lean on this one because the best unit on the floor is Minnesota's defense. So we're betting the over against a team that is the best unit's defense. I'm not very strong on that one. So that's not one that I recommend. But I do like Minnesota +3 at home tonight against Michigan State.
All right. And then another one here in the Big Ten, Iowa State and Texas.
You know, it's the Texas defense on this one, Mindy.
Sure.
I got them 54th in the country at home in defense, and Iowa State 144th on the road. So advantage Texas defense. Now their offense, Texas offense, isn't very good, pretty mid, 194th in the country at home. Iowa State's defense, though, 202nd on the road. So those are almost even. So we washed those out, but you have a much stronger defense in Texas than the Iowa State offense. The line on this one, folks, is 1.5.
Yeah,
so
close.
If you want to be conservative, take Texas money line. It's probably running about -125, -130, 133, depending on what book you have. But be careful with juice. Careful with juice. We'll get to juice later in a different show. But I have Texas winning this one 75-67. So I got Texas by 8.03 in this one. The line is -1.5. So I like Texas to win and cover in this basketball game. As for the total, since we're here, the total right now is 146.5. My projection is at 142.1. So I am under, not a lot, slightly under the current total right now.
All right. And we made it to the number one most thrilling college basketball game today. BYU at Oklahoma.
Dude, this is a cool matchup on paper. I mean, look at these. You got the hot sheet right in front of you, Mindy. I mean, look at it.
See, I'm lucky. I have it.
Right?
It is with me.
So BYU is 93rd in scoring efficiency offense on the road. Texas is 93rd in scoring efficiency offense at home.
Right.
Defense, BYU is 70th in road defense. Oklahoma 74th in home defense. I mean, this is, if there was a game where I was going to go, dude, overtime, just looking at those numbers, I would say
write it down, overtime.
Right. But I do have the numbers to spit out. Oklahoma 76.1, BYU 70.3. So that's Oklahoma by 5.89. The current line is -2. Again, you want to take some risk out of it, not worry about the buzzer beater, then I'm saying Oklahoma money line. But I do like a slight lean. I'm not betting either one of these or recommending it just because of the variance. But for your personal due diligence, this isn't really about free picks in so much as I want to give you information that I have to make you a better, right? And that's gathering information and doing your own due diligence. You make your own consensus. So right now, I lean Oklahoma to win and cover. And what did I say? Under the 151. I'm at 146.44. I am under 151 in this game. I like being under in this because remember what I said a minute ago. We got the 47th defense versus the 93rd offense. We got the 70th defense versus the 93rd offense. This is a defensive leaning ball game. The numbers say under. Of the two choices, if you said, Dave, you got to pick one, I would like to be under 151. And Al, I would try not to be aggressive. I'd like Oklahoma money line. You might want to wait to see if that comes down. That might come down to 1.5 or 1 at the close. That's where smart shopping might save you a buck or two.
Awesome. Well, again, great rundown. I can't wait to see how these pan out. I'm excited. It's, actually these games sound pretty good to me,
You said you wanted to do an NBA game though.
I am. I was just, giving you a little,
we did the NBA game yesterday and we both agreed on it and Brooklyn got their ass kicked.
No, I was just going to say, closing down the college basketball, Dave is our expert in NBA totals here. So I always sometimes say, hey, how about you break down one of these games? Because, we want you to go over to the site to get his best of the best. And again, he gives you every side, every total. So make sure you go ahead and get that. But for me, I said, hey, there's a big spread here. If I go ahead and, take a look at things, where they've been with Memphis. I lost my sheet. One moment. Oh, here it is. Here it is. But Memphis, they're 15-12 against the spread versus a 15-8 team versus the spread. And there's, pretty much a lot of parity coming in on this game. It's about a 50-50 split with where the cash is. And so I like these close games for you, Dave, to give me the edge on this.
Well, number one, sides, not my favorite, right?
Right.
I'm modeling, I'm a totals guy. But look at these numbers. So Memphis, my understanding, what I heard, is their last game, they only dressed 8 guys. Right?
I don't officially know. So
okay, but I'm saying that for watchers and listeners, do your due diligence, right?
Right.
If they're only dressing 8 guys again, that is a big concern from a spread standpoint. Now, my 2 NBA models in college basketball, I only have 1, home and road. In the NBA, a little bit more variation, easier to track. I have home and road, but I also have the last 4 games. Now look at these numbers. Okay.
Yep.
The Knicks, so I have the Knicks by 8 in the last 3 road, last 3 home games, and the total is at 217. Now for those right now, currently it's Knicks minus 14 at home, and the total is a very low 212.5. All right. So last 3 home, last 3 road, I'm over 212, but I only got the Knicks by 8. But in EPA, 8 points is a lot. Right now, you come over to the other side of the ledger where we got the last 4 games, home or road for each team. I got the Knicks 112 and I got Memphis 99. I got the Knicks by 12.5. Man, that is getting right there on that 14, right? So personally, when the EPA gets that close to a massive spread like that, I start leaning toward the double-digit spread, right? So you said, Dave, you got to bet $5 on the side no matter what. I'm going Knicks minus 14. Okay. I just think it's, I just, knowing that Memphis wasn't dressing a lot of guys, knowing that Memphis falls apart in the 4th quarter, they're on the road. I think that's the better lean. Now, the total in that one is 110.81. So that's just below the 212.5. So my 2 models aren't agreeing.
Yeah,
right here, right? I'm just not happy betting anything here, right? It's nothing is solid, but I always lean on my totals. I lean on the last 3 home, last 3 on the road. So my favorite bet in this is over 212.5. And if I have to bet the side, I'm taking the Knicks minus 14. Now, there's probably going to be a lot of bettors out there, folks, that see minus 14 today and go, they just automatically go, wow, that's too big. Right? They don't think. They just go, oh, that seems big. I'm gonna bet Memphis. And so you may see movement in this line late right before the game. So, like I said, one of the models is at 12.5. Let's see if it drops down and you can shave an extra half point or point in there. But personally, I would say stay away from it because I have conflicting data, but I do like the over 212 in that game.
Yeah, and there's conflicting data. If you just look at them at a whole over their last 10 games, you have Memphis 3-7 to the under, and then you have the New York Knicks 9-1 to the over, Dave. So yes, a ton of mixed information out there everywhere. That's why I always like for you to break it down. And remember, only you hit that enter button. Again, if you're looking for consensus, that's what we try to do here. We try to give you as much information and data as possible for you to go ahead and make your play. So if you're looking, if one of these 2 teams is your team and you like what one of us have to say, then you can go ahead and go for it. Otherwise, it's okay to take a pass like we're going to do on this game today, right? All right, you guys, take care. Thanks again, Dave, for joining us. Looking forward to more, action with you. Hopefully tomorrow we can get more college, more NBA. I know it's your specialty. Can't wait.
Thank you for having me on. Good luck, everybody.
All right. Take care, everyone. Make us, check us out at OG Cappers. Yeah, whatever.